watch this or is watching this, congratulations. You're probably the one who was watching this. I don't think anyone will ever see this video because this video goes against everything that channel creators, content creators on YouTube will tell you to do if you want to have growth on your YouTube channel. I have YouTube channels that have been around since the very first month that YouTube was open to the public as a website to upload, videos about any topic you want. It's like, I think it was 2005, right? It was around October, maybe? I don't remember the exact month, but literally the very first month. I still have some of those accounts. At least one of those accounts that I made way back then got shut down years and years ago. I think it was back in 2006. They shut it down because they didn't like a video, even though that video did very well. It was on Google Video back at the time, as well as YouTube. You guys remember Google Video? That was the competitor to YouTube before Google bought YouTube, and then kind of kept those sites separate, and eventually phased out Google Video because YouTube was obviously the more successful video platform. And anyway, this song that I'd uploaded back then to Google Video and to YouTube caused quite a kerfuffle and got one of my channels banned, and one of my users, in fact, banned for years. Could not participate in monetization, could not do all these other things. They restricted the living hell out of this user for years. And as far as I know, I don't know, I haven't used that user in ages, but as far as I know, that user is still banned from a lot of those things for literally uploading a song, the kind of video that today they probably wouldn't even notice because there's so much more controversial content on YouTube than what I uploaded, to be frank. But this video is about breaking Bitcoin business and politics, or bridging them, if you will, on YouTube, right? You're never supposed to mix such different topics if you want to see growth on a YouTube channel. They always tell you, no. Start with a niche and expand from there. And I've spoken about this in the past. I'm going to tell you again why I think this is an awful policy. I mean, of course, they do that because they want people to have focused channels so they can get focused followings, so they can send targeted ads at them. I get that. I've been in advertising a long time. In online advertising, a very, very, very long time. I get it. I've helped build advertising platforms online. I understand why they want that. But it's 2025. If you can't distinguish a channel for the different types of topics that it covers and target ads based on the video, not just on the channel type, right? And if you can't distinguish how many users are going to see a particular type of video based on the topic, regardless of what channel it's on, because that channel might cover something completely different on a random video than they do usually, then your ad platform sucks, right? Period. Blank. There's no excuse. Sorry, but we're in 2025. We're in the back half of 2025. If you're running an ad platform as big as YouTube is, and that's what you got to remember, Google is the world's largest ad agency, and it has been for many years. They are an advertising platform. That is what Google is. All the other stuff that you get when you use Google stuff is all incidental to the ad business that they run. That is their bread and butter, is the ad business. So if you're Google or YouTube and you can't figure out a better way to target ads, even at brand new channels that have no followers, or even very old channels that have very, very few followers, you can't figure out a better way to let those channels grow instead of shoveling audiences to channels that look good but have garbage information. If you can't tell the difference between high quality information, regardless of the production value, versus garbage information that's just dressed up in production value, then your ad platform and your content platform sucks ass. Okay? But right now, that's how YouTube makes its money. It promotes utter crap to unknowing people who have no clue about the whole business model that YouTube and Google run on. They're naive, they're ignorant at best. That's the nicest way to say it. And I don't mean that in a mean way. They don't know the Google and YouTube business models. They don't understand that just because a channel has a lot of followers does not mean that they're authoritative. There are plenty of channels with hundreds of thousands or millions of users where the people doing the talking or the presenting or the people making the videos have no idea what they're talking about. I'm not going to go through specific channels right now to tell you, right? Because it's such a massive amount of them. Maybe I will in a later video. But what is this? Hold on. Yeah. Anyway, guys, that's kind of good for now. I hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well, and I hope that you have a fantastic weekend. I will be happy to go more in depth in specific channels that I think are such garbage that kind of need to be highlighted, but this video is about the bigger picture. And to remind you that, again, the algorithm wants you, if you want to grow your channel. And the reason I'm telling you this is because I talk a lot, principally about marketing, right? And that's kind of the reason I started this particular channel years ago. It was mostly to talk about marketing, but also talk about crypto and trading and stuff like that. But the very original version of this channel is about marketing and also about crypto, but basically those two topics. But again, talking about marketing is pretty niche, especially when you actually go in deep into it. And most people don't want anything that's not found in the top 20 kind of information, which is not what I talk about. Or if I do, I kind of tell you why it's garbage, right? For the most part. Like, I'm not telling you basic stuff that you can learn from anywhere. I share with you actually useful, insightful, actionable information that can actually make a significant, impactful difference to your marketing results. And one of those results is if you actually want to grow your channel, if you want to play along with the algorithms, do what they recommend, then you have to start in a niche whether you like it or not. Because the video platforms currently suck. Not because that's how it should be. Not because you're not capable of speaking about other topics. But because that's how the algorithms are at the moment. They suck. And I know people go, oh, how can you say, don't say they suck. They'll penalize you. I don't care. You think look at my channel. It's a few hundred people. Do you think I make these videos for a large audience? Obviously, I make these videos for the few people who were born, right? I've been marketing a very, very, very long time. So I know a thing about it. If you want to grow your channel, whether you like it or not, you still have to play the game. There are other techniques you can use, but that is the main, easiest way to do it. So start with the niche and grow from there. Talk to you soon. Peace.